So yeah, just like the week in general. Before I even ask the fitness questions, just how has everything been? I mean, you're a CPT now. That's a whole thing. Like you're literally in there as a trainer. Obviously I've been seeing you in your content. It looks like you've been with your brothers, or there's like some people that have been accompanying you. There's like a real big old dude with a ponytail.
Uh, the ponytail is Ramon. The big dude is my brother.
There's like so your brother's like super tall. He's like a real tall dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's your brother?
Yeah, it's my older brother.
Yeah, he tall. He big. Like he'll throw somebody across the room. Like, I was like, who was
He,
that?
he's the one who's actually been training me lately.
So he is he a trainer or
He he's studied everything
okay?
and um like he even took the course and everything, but he never
Wow.
got a certificate just because he's such a workaholic. He never has time for anything else, but he likes knowing his stuff. Like he likes knowing what he's talking about, and especially he wanted to be a trainer at one point,
Wow.
but
Mm.
he has other plans for his career. So the trainer thing was kind of like, well, this is just stuff that I know that I'm into, that I'm interested in, that I just want knowledge on.
Yeah.
Uh, so he's been just gaining knowledge in that area for
Wow.
years now.
Wow.
And then to he used to be in a couple gyms. Like he was doing CrossFit for a while.
Mm.
He does lifting, so he like
Wow.
knows all that those cues and stuff. Like he's been
Mm.
with, so he like gives all that to me and like helps me. And like anytime my form's off, he's like, make sure your form's right. Like make sure you're doing.
Mm.
If like he notices I'm not bracing properly, he'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, here's an easier way to like remember how to do it correctly. Or
Mm.
like my squats have gone up because he's been like the one to tell me like, make sure you brace, but you want to brace and then
Oh.
take a deep breath in as soon as you go down. And then like I,
Mm.
dang, like I didn't even realize I was lacking on some of
On
that.
some of that, exactly, exactly. I'm sorry, I'm setting up TikTok so people can hear you from here as well. But that's super dope. Like,
Mhm.
okay, so you have how many brothers?
I have four brothers total.
My goodness, yeah, you did tell me that. Yeah, you tell me you're the only girl, right?
Hmm.
That's crazy. Are they all into like fitness and stuff like that?
No, only my older brother is really into fitness. My the middle brother is more into music, and then my two younger brothers are into baseball. So they're into like sports and athletics, but mainly baseball. Like they're not into the whole fitness side of things.
Wow, 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 wow. I mean, that's still a form of fitness, sports. Like
Hmm.
it's still a form of. So they all are very active, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's super dope. That's super. Damn. How long has this brother that's training you? How long has he been training for? Longer than you?
Uh, yeah.
Wow.
I think he was already into fitness long before I even started.
You need
So
to tell him to hop on the call one of these Sundays, man. Bring him on.
I
'Cause
know. He's always working. His work
yeah,
hours ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand the hustle, but I would love to just meet him and just know his brain, like pick his brain, because he just seems to be someone who's just as active as you, if not more. And that's dope. That's dope. It's
Oh, yeah.
very rare. It's rare you see like siblings and other people this at the same tenacity, but he's seen, and I know you. He seems like he's even more.
Hmm.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's super crazy. And I mean, it's inspiration, for you, for him, and for you both to be siblings and work out together. That is dope.
It's actually helped us both um, because in the beginning of the year he was living like 4 hours away, so we haven't we didn't see him much.
Yeah.
But then he moved back this summer,
Mhm.
and um, ever since, like we've just been trying to go to the gym together as much as possible. And even he's like, I'll like look at him, I'm like, bro, you lost weight. And he's like, no, I haven't. Like the scale doesn't say that. And I'm like, no,
Probably
but
muscle. Yeah.
like
Hmm.
your body showing like he dropped so much weight just in a couple weeks just because we were,
That's
we were keeping
phenomenal.
it on track and like it's just helped both of us, like especially trying to stay disciplined
Yeah.
because with else going on, like, it's hard to make sure like, oh, I need to make sure I get this done.
It's
But
hard.
then when yep, and he's like, gym, and I'm like, all right, like there's no reason I'm gonna say no. Like
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like you gotta put it as priority. Like you have to make it a priority to go. You have to make it a priority to do, what it is you've set out to do when it comes to the gym. No one else is gonna pull you out of the bed. No one else is gonna, wake you up. No one else is gonna say, hey, it's time. You know,
mm-hmm.
but it does help when you surround yourself around people that can help keep you accountable. It does help. It helps when you can surround yourself around people who will go with you, or people who are doing check-ins like this, or just anything. It helps to surround yourself around people who in a sense do the exact same thing, because that makes you more likely to keep doing that thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the company you keep.
Yeah,
You're the company you
exactly.
keep. You're the company you keep. I love it. I love it. And I've been seeing you and seeing your content with a bunch of people in the gym. I'll see you posting, and I'll see someone else. There's usually a female too. Is that his girl, his girlfriend or something?
Yeah, that's his wife.
That's his wife. Okay, cool, cool. I saw y'all doing like pull-ups. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, I was like, I've been watching. I watch everybody. And I'm like, dang, like I saw y'all getting it in, and your arms and her arms, man, y'all arms looking crazy, like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And funny is she wasn't really into like fitness as much, but she's the most ripped out of all of us.
I see.
Like
I see.
her muscle genetics, like I keep telling my brother, I'm like, I want that. Like
Yeah.
her muscles popping out on like every inch of her back, on her
Mm.
legs, arms. Like I want that. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, yeah, her muscle genetics are crazy." I'm like,
Crazy. Yeah, but you've been cutting too, though. Nah, don't low budget yourself. You've been cutting, E.
but here's the difference. She doesn't. She
Okay.
doesn't cut.
Oh, okay, okay.
She's
Yeah.
she, anything she wants. She's constantly like snacking on stuff. I'm
No.
like, can I eat that? Like, can I eat whatever I want and look
Nope.
like that?
No, yeah. So genetics.
Yeah.
Genetics. I mean, and again, that's a whole nother thing. Like when you compare yourself with people and stuff, and not saying that you're doing that, but just in general, like when people compare themselves, when they struggle with body dysmorphia and stuff like that, a lot of times they have to understand, man, genetics does play a part in fitness. Like, you're
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna. I'm seeing some dudes who are built like tanks, and they're like, man, I just started. I'm like, what are you talking about? You just started. Like, what steroids are you taking? And they like,
Right.
nah, they're like, nah, I just start. And again, it's like, wow, like genetics really does play a part. There's some people out here who really have really amazing genetics. And, over a period of time, they can in 6 months look like they've been training for 5 years. Whereas someone who may have been training for 5 years may be looking like they've been training for 6 months. But again, just due to genetics.
Right. And that's Ramon too. I told Ramon I'm gonna turn him into a bodybuilder
Oh,
because
really? He's that way too?
he's got great muscle genetics. If he like actually puts his mind to training, like within 2-3 months, he could be ripped. Like without even doing anything, he could be ripped. And it's just how his body is. And I
Mm-hmm.
hate it. I'm like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you gotta lose it so easily? And I'm struggling and cutting my diet and working
Right.
to look good, okay?
Don't be getting jealous on him, E. Don't be hating on your husband. That's your husband. Nah, but I feel it. I feel it. And again, when you do see potential, when you do see people that have potential, it really does become irritating, because you're like, dang, I see what you could be.
Hmm.
You don't see it, but I see it. And it's like, man, if I could get a hold of that and just turn that into what I think it could be, like, and that's how you're probably gonna be, that's how that you will be, not probably, but you will be a good trainer, because you have literally just said it about your own husband. You're like, I see, you have that eye. You're like, I see what he could be. I want to scold him and I want to train him. that shows me right there that that's a passion. That shows me
Yeah.
that's bad. You just talked about it and didn't even try. Like you just did it. You just did it. That's dope. Um, and that leads me actually to the question too. I'll start getting into the questions because I don't want to draw you too long. but with you being a CPT, you just stated or just told me that you're looking to go into CPT jobs, right? So you're looking for towards that. So I guess like, what are you looking for? Are you looking to work with a gym? Are you trying to, in a sense, maybe do your own thing and then use the gym as a source of clients? How does that work? I don't even know anything about that.
Um, so I want to go into a gym. My goal is to hopefully become a crunch CPT,
Okay.
just because I'm familiar with the gym. Like I've been a crunch member since for the past, I don't know, 6 years, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so like I know the environment, like I know the type of clients that come into that gym,
Yeah.
like that's kind of my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also want to ask them if they have like an internship program or something, or maybe if I can just shadow some trainers, because I really want to make sure that I know what to expect and and like how to handle certain situations
Mm-hmm.
that I may not be used to.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to do like an internship or shadowing first before I actually get the job, just because
Mm-hmm.
I'm fully prepared. But I know part of me is saying that because I'm nervous.
I knew it. I knew it. I was like, go ahead and say it. Man, you know you're gonna walk up in there and be like, get out the way, I got this. you gonna
So
be
like
you gonna be the interning somebody like the person that's supposed to be interning you.
so I'm like struggling with that right now currently, like,
I
and
knew
mentally.
it. I knew it. I'm sorry. I knew it. I was like, what's this bull crap she talking about? Nah,
I mean, I know it would be good because
yeah,
it's more education, more knowledge.
exactly.
Uh, but I'm fighting with the fact that I don't know if I'm just saying that because I truly want the knowledge and
Yeah.
experience,
Mm-hmm.
or I actually get into the job, or
Mm-hmm.
if I'm holding back because I'm scared and doubtful that I'm qualified.
Mm-hmm.
It's but like I'll talk to my brother about it, and my brother's like, just do it. You just gotta fucking do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
quit holding yourself back. Like you're just holding yourself back at that point. And I'm like, I know, but I don't know. It's just it's scary going into a job like that because you're faced with like people who are they're either gonna reject you or they're gonna challenge you. And it's like it's nerve-wracking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know what to expect. I could get a no one day and I could get a yes when I'm expecting a no, and then be like, oh shit, like what am I supposed to do now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, whenever you're doing something new, it's scary. Whenever you're doing so, you're in new territory now. It's funny though, right? Because we're saying you're in new territory, but if you really think about it, you're really not in new territory.
Right.
Because you've been doing this.
Hmm.
You've been doing this. You tell me about what friends you said you've had or family members that you've trained, and you were not necessarily a certified personal trainer, but you still trained them. They came to the gym with you. They were talking with you. You were sitting in there talking with them. Y'all sitting there. You're working on form. You've been training yourself.
Hmm.
Remember, you told me you never had a personal trainer.
Yeah.
You're a personal trainer and you never had one. So like that shows me you've been training yourself.
Yeah.
You built for this. I'm trying to tell you, you built for this. And the imposter syndrome is gonna kick in. It kicks in with me still with all this.
I
Come
that's
on,
like that's the biggest challenge too,
come
is imposter.
on.
Like I know this stuff, but then I'm like, but do I really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I do. Like, what am I talking about? But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, but do I really? Right. You end up having conversations with yourself. Stop tripping. I ain't tripping. It's like, look, don't let those kids hear it now. Mommy's going crazy. No.
It's called being grown up.
Right. Like, they ain't gonna never want to grow up. They're gonna be like, I was that kid. Growing up, it sounds scary. But it's cool though. It's cool that you know, you taking that time to assess. You trying to see where you want to go with it. You trying to see what you want to do. All that is cool, and it's normal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a normal thing to do. Don't think that you're tripping and it's like Giselle didn't go through this, Art didn't go through this. Like I remember when Art was doing it. Art was also going through it. Like you see him now, but that
Mhm.
was not always Art. Like when I had first messaged him, even before he like started studying, he was the same way. It was the same exact look. Like seriously. But then you see all these different people and you see their transformations, aka you, for instance, and then you see how y'all are now. It's like 9 day. It's like these people really transformed. And so
Yeah.
don't take it to heart. Don't take it to heart, man. Like you really, you know, are built for this. You are.
Yeah.
You are. Like you really are. And that's really all there is to it. Like I think when a person sees you and they need a trainer, they'll realize and know for a fact that you're that one for them and that you know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hyped. So again, when you get that offer or whatever that is, the internship, let me know and definitely post it in the group. Because again, I think we want to celebrate with you. I literally have known you since you were talking about trying to or maybe trying to become a CPT. You were trying to make your mind up or whatnot. You are one now, and you're now
Mhm.
going into the perspective of now a job. So keep me updated.
I will.
Please, please, absolutely. All right, the goals from this past month, or again, November. Well, I'm sorry, it was before October. So not in October, but you know, November. What is
September.
October? September. I'm sorry, September. So in September, let me know your goals, your fitness goals, and how did you hit them? What did you hit? What were they? And did you get it done?
Oof.
Uh-oh.
What were my goals?
Uh-oh.
Um, I know one of my goals was to pass my test,
Oh,
and I did.
absolutely. 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 Yeah, you definitely hit that. Hit the ball out the park.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Uh, trying to remember what my goals were. Oh, I think being more consistent because I had been falling off a little bit.
Mm.
Which
Falling off of working
that I
out?
actually, mhm.
Oh wow, really?
I,
Falling off of working out?
yeah, in I want to say July, August. I
Mm.
think it was like all the stress from studying and like all of that just kind of put me in like a weird place, and I was like constantly just overthinking, and so I there was plenty days like I skipped working out because I was just so overwhelmed and stressed out, and on top of that I was working, and so that was just it was a lot. um but then like towards the end when I was finally getting done with my studying and like about to take the test, like I told myself like I'm studying for a test to become a CPT. Like I can't be a CPT without actually being like true to what I'm trying to sell.
Mm.
So I had to tell myself like if I really want to be a CPT, if I really want to pass this exam, I need to put in the work that also goes into it, which is working out. Like I need to be working out on top of
Ooh.
gaining knowledge. So like I really had to sit down and have a talk with myself.
Mm. Yeah.
and
Mm.
And I did, and, like, I just started I was like, "You know what? Like, I there's no more excuses." Like, we made some more space in the garage because it was a little cramped,
Mm.
um, and we kept getting spiders because it was so cramped
Oh
that
man.
I was like, "Yeah." I was like,
Yeah,
"I
yeah,
can't go."
no, no, we're not doing spice.
So, Ramon cleaned up the garage for me a little bit and killed all the spiders for me because he's,
Yeah.
he's the one that does all that part.
Hey, right. I know you don't deal with insects, huh?
Just spiders, just spiders.
Yeah,
Spiders
oh, you
are
don't like spiders?
No, I have not as bad as I used to, but I used to be really, really arachnophobic.
Whoa.
Um, but now it's gotten to a point where I can look at them, but like I won't go near it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like I will not go near it. Like if I really have to, like if my kids are like they're crying because spider on their bed, like okay, let me go get like the biggest paper towel and like a hammer or something. But I'll do it if I have to. But if I don't, if Ramon's here, I'm like, no, like,
Yeah.
Ramon, I
You've always been this way with spiders?
can't. Oh yeah, I used to be worse. Like I used to like. There was one point that I was cleaning dishes and there was a spider in the sink, and like I saw it. I ran out the front door. I called my mom and I was like, "There's a spider in the sink." She was like, "Well, just drown it down the sink." And I was like, "No." And I waited like it was like an hour before she got home. Like I waited an hour to go back into that kitchen because I was like, nope, I can't.
How old were you?
Like 15, 16.
Yo. Wait, you ran out the front door?
Yeah. Yeah. I ran out the front door. I was like, nope, this is not my forte.
Yo, that see, people like you, I find y'all so hilarious, but at the same time, you gotta be careful because if let's say you're driving, I had a spider come down like right here while I was driving.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And I had to literally like, I'm like driving and I'm like trying to turn the steering wheel in a way where I don't intersect the web. And I'm just like, and and as it, and like I'm like trying to keep my eye on where it went. I don't think I ever found it. But yeah, I never found it. I know.
Oh,
But I don't think I have a phobia to any of them. I don't think I have a phobia to pretty much anything. But
burn
um,
the car,
say it
just burn
again.
it.
Wait,
Burn
what?
the whole car.
Burn the whole car?
I can't find it. No. Here, take the whole car.
Nah, man, you can't be doing that. But again, I get it. I get it. It's something you definitely have to grow out of. People are different. But man, you ran out the house, that's something else. Like, but I'm glad you're growing in that. That's dope. That's dope. so,
But
so
the story.
yeah.
So because he killed those spiders and cleaned up the garage, like
Um,
I have actually using the garage more. So I've been going out there.
mhm,
Um, and I'll even find times like I was telling him yesterday how funny it is that when I don't even intend to work out, like if I go in the garage for something, I'll end up doing like a set of something just because I'm there. And
mhm,
like I'll look over, I'm like, you know what? Some RDL sound good right now.
mhm, mhm.
Some military press or something.
Yeah.
And I'll
Mhm.
do like a set and then I'll go back to doing what I was doing. But like it's just funny how even when you don't intend to, when your mind's really in it, like you're gonna find a reason to do it just
Mm,
because.
mm, mm, mm. You saying it. You saying it. You're gonna find a reason to do it just because, and when it's a passion too, when you enjoy it,
Mhm.
I think what you do, you enjoy. You always are smiling when you're at the gym. You're always smiling like when you're at the gym. Whenever I see your content, you're always like you're smiling in the mirror or you're about to get ready to do a set and you got your headphones on. So I know when you're in the zone, when you're about to do them deadlifts, like, when you really enjoy things and when you really have um enjoyment from them, you look forward
Mhm.
to them. You really look forward to stepping in that area, that gym or your home gym and actually implementing what it is that you love doing. So that's what I'm saying, man. You built for this. You built for it. Seriously, like I hope the check-in is a reminder that you have been spending time preparing for this.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is it. This is it. All right. So any other goals? The goals was to stay consistent, your CPT. Anything else you were cooking up last month that you did or didn't do?
I want to say my water intake, I think was the other goal I had. That I have been doing decent on. I won't lie.
Okay,
I've been
decent.
decent on it. So maybe not as much water as I'd like to intake a day, but close to. So I'm like, I'm okay with how well I've been doing with that. I could be doing better, but I'm okay with where I'm at right now.
Mm, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What's I guess what's decent or what's good for you? Like what's sufficient in terms of the amount of water bottles a day?
So like one and a half of these
Oh
things.
my goodness. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about the size of your head. My goodness. Yo, that's huge. That is huge. Like how do you because again, for me, I really don't just like plain water. I usually have to add something to it, something like that to kind of like low calorie, something to kind of add something to it. But I can't really drink plain water. How do you remind yourself to drink that big thing? Like,
I keep it next to me. Like
okay.
anywhere I go, whatever I'm doing in the car, I have it on the seat next to me.
Wow.
But I have it right by my bed. At like yesterday, we went to the dog park, so I just carried it with me to the dog park and put it on the bench I was sitting at.
Wow.
So I like always have it right there. So I have to look at it at some point and then
Mhm.
drink some water.
Facts. Facts. That's dope. So, and that's kind of what Art said about what he does with fruit. You know, he kind of like lay things around the house. So you kind of put it within your vicinity and that reminds you, hey,
Mm.
drink. That's dope. That's really dope. That's actually a really good discipline trick to do. I need to probably implement that with certain things. But that's really good. Yeah, you're right. Because what's it within eye reach, you then remember to get so like sticky notes. People do sticky notes around their computer, their desk and stuff to remind them and stuff. But that's dope. That's super dope. I'm glad that you're hitting that goal. Like you said, it's decent. So at least what? At least one, I'm assuming.
At least one and a half. I want to do like two a day, but one and a half has been where I've been at
Mhm.
lately. So decent.
Yeah, that's very decent. Wow, that's dope. That's dope. Any other goals before we move on?
I think that was it.
Okay. All right. No, that's dope. That's super dope. And with the biggest goal being CPT, hats off to you. I'm proud of you. I think you're doing amazing. All the things that you are doing, the goals that you're planning as well as the goals that you hit. I think that, it definitely speaks volumes again to who you are as a person and who you will be as a CPT. Come on, come on. So now that you are a CPT, that's behind your name. I see it on IG. I already saw it. She changed the name and everything. I was like, hold on, I don't remember that CPT being there. I don't remember that being there. Like that little dash and that CPT. I was like, all right. So she's stunting now. So, but that's good. That's good. You should claim it. But with that, what are your goals now going into this month, October? What we looking like?
This month, my goals are let me see. My biggest goal I want to say for this month is going to be getting a CPT job or internship. So one or the other, I'll be okay with, but I definitely want to get my foot in the door in the gym.
Yeah.
So whether it's a job in the gym or just an internship or apprenticeship or whatever, I'm open to it as long as I get my foot in the door this month. Um, my second goal is gonna be cardio.
Mm.
I know that's one I keep saying, like I've
Mm.
goal a couple times.
Okay. Well,
um,
as in like doing it, like starting it, or like staying consistent with it.
Staying consistent with it because I can do cardio. Like there's times like I'll go to the gym and like I'll add in some jump rope or like yesterday I went and walked around the dog park a couple times. Like
Mm.
I can do it. It's the staying consistent with it because cardio is like my least like worry. So when I have a day full of jam-packed stuff and I have like 30 minutes left, cardio is the last thing I want to do. Like I want
Mm-hmm.
to go lay in bed and just rest and recover from my day. Like I don't want to go do cardio
Yeah.
when I with the only 30 minutes I have left in my day for free
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I know with I wanna start cutting. Well, me and my brother talked about it like right now because I missed the registration for the competition. Like instead of bulking up with strength, we're gonna start cutting so that way come next competition, then we can start prepping and bulking up and gaining more strength, but still having the body that we want and that we have a set as a goal.